While annual inflation declined to 4.9% from 5.3% in February, annual core inflation rose to 5.6% from 4.6% in December 2012, an increase of 1 percentage point. Whereas inflation declined largely as a result of food crop prices, which declined on average by 5.7% month on month in the last 2 months, core inflation increased on average by 1% per month, month on month, over the last 2 months. Following the stance of monetary policy easing that has already taken place, there are now conditions that indicate growth in monetary aggregates recovering from the subdued growth rates of 2012, albeit at a slow pace. However, recovery in shilling-denominated loans to the private sector remains muted. Turning to the near-term outlook for economic activity, there are now signs that economic growth momentum has picked up slightly and will continue to pick up slightly for the remainder of 2013. However, the downside risk to economic outlook is the projection for continued subdued private sector credit growth and high lending interest rates, which have continued to impact on private sector spending decisions. The overall outlook is for subdued domestic demand and the persistence of current excess capacity into the next financial year. Current excess production capacity. The priority of monetary policy remains holding future average inflation rates at around 5%, while at the same time supporting continued recovery of the economy. The recent upward movement in core inflation is temporary, and the Bank of Uganda forecasts that inflation during 2013 will remain around the medium-term target of 5% per annum. However, there are risks to higher inflation, which include commodity price shocks and exchange rate depreciation pressures, given the current account, the weak current account balance. This is balanced by continued weakness in domestic demand. Given the largely unchanged macroeconomic prospects for the medium term, the Bank of Uganda will maintain the Cbr at 12%. To reduce volatility in the short-term interest rates, the band around the Cbr will be reduced by plus or minus 2 percentage points from plus or minus 3 percentage points. The margin on the rediscount rate and the bank rate is reduced 3 percentage points from 4 percentage points respectively. The rediscount rate and the bank rate for February 2013 will be 15% and 16% respectively. This is the end of the policy statement.